This is continuing coverage of Hurricane Harvey as it comes ashore in Texas. I'm Matt Briscoe, managing editor of the Hill Country Tribune. We're providing this to our network feed, and joining us tonight is Sheriff Robert Chody of Williamson County, Texas. Sheriff, thanks for joining us. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Doing good. So, I saw on Twitter, you're becoming quite the Twitter celebrity there, I guess, but I saw on Twitter you were talking about these PFDs. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, the PFD is a portable flotation device that automatically activates from a CO2 cartridge when a certain depth in water is reached by the person that is wearing the PFD. And this is in large scale to a recent death from a neighboring jurisdiction of a law enforcement officer in a flood watch situation. And we purchased some literally just a couple of days ago when we heard about the approaching hurricane and the potential for a large amount of rain downfall. So I wanted to prepare my patrol deputies and give them all the equipment I could to better protect them with the potential flood areas that we have. And so we issued all our patrol deputies that we could with one of these PFDs.
And about how many of these PFDs do you have, Sheriff?
Well, we have a rotating amount of patrol deputies, but we only have enough PFDs, which is, I think it's 15, to give one shift. So what we're forced to do is rotate those out as shifts change. And with the approaching storm, we're going to be overstaffing, so there will be some patrol deputies that don't have them. But we're certainly better off than we were just 3 days ago.
Absolutely, and I know y'all are trying to prepare for everything, but just kind of on a budgetary note, where did the funding for these PFDs, since they're such a vital piece of equipment, where did that come from?
Well, we actually had some money in our law enforcement budget to do it this time, and we're nearing the end of budget. But it certainly would have been nice to have been able to purchase this for all our patrol deputies, and I don't know when we'll be able to purchase them again because of the cost of these items. But certainly this is something we're going to look at for the future, because if we just need it one time, or if that deputy just needs it one time, it's well worth money well spent.
Absolutely,
so that's something we're going to incorporate.
Absolutely, it is. Well, I'm glad y'all have them, and hopefully you won't need them this weekend. So, but let me ask you this. Yeah, absolutely. Let me ask you this: how are things going in Williamson County, Texas tonight? How are things?
Well, I'm glad to say right now uneventful. But I'm certain that there'll be something occurring in the next 24 to 48 hours, and that's pretty much expected from what the predictions have said. The questions that need to be answered is the storm going to be cutting off to the east or to the west, because that determines how much of the storm that Williamson County will be impacted. And, is it going to be the whole county or just a portion of the county? And currently we have our resources, our hovercraft. I think we have one of the only hovercrafts in the area, and our two boats deployed in the center portion of our county. That way we can respond to either section of the county in a timely manner. We currently have our patrol shifts, all our law enforcement officers on a 1-hour recall, and we're overstaffing shifts starting tomorrow morning. And I think our emergency operations center is starting off with a small shift starting at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Sure.
But if we need to start sooner than that, we have a shift being prepared, and we're just watching the events unfold, as most people are tonight.
Absolutely. If you have any safety advice to residents of Williamson County or the area, what would that be, Sheriff Chody?
My biggest concern for everybody involved around the state that can help it is, if they can stay at home, great. If they're in a danger area, for example, the coast, and they have the opportunity to evacuate. But my biggest concern for people in the Williamson County area is those low water crossing areas where barricades are put out, or, places that are normally crossable. But if you can't see a road, and even if there's not a barricade there, if you can't see the road that you normally have seen in the past, don't attempt to cross it with your vehicle, because it takes a small amount of water to pick up a vehicle and take off with it. And, we see a lot of deaths in the high flood areas like that, as well as law enforcement officers are now, or first responders are put in the position to make a rescue. And the deaths of law enforcement and public first responders occur that way. So that's one of my biggest concerns. So my suggestion and advice would be, if you can, stay at home, and really there's no reason to be out in these conditions, and don't underestimate the power of Mother Nature and what calm water looks like, or a small flowing portion of water. The power behind that is very, don't underestimate it, because it's very unpredictable, and it's too late when you realize that it's got to. And that's my biggest concern as these storms approach, is the people underestimating these factors.
Absolutely. And what areas of your county over there caused you the most concern?
Are you talking about specific areas?
Yeah, specific areas. Uh-huh.
Well, it's hard to tell with these things, because, you have 100-year flood plans that have never been touched, and then when an event like this occurs, a place that's never flooded, all of a sudden is a flood area that you never anticipated or seen flooded. So it's really hard to say. You could say the most common areas, like the Berry Creek area, which is in the Georgetown section of Williamson County. Taylor, Texas, last year had some flooding issues that were during the Memorial Day flooding. That was the eastern part of our county. So the Brushy Creek area has some areas that are prone for flooding. So, all around our county has those areas of flooding. But I'm concerned about those areas that we're not used to flooding, and because we're not used to that the large amount of rainfall that we could expect, that we're not expecting, and then it's a surprise.
Sure. Rather be prepared and not need it than need it and not have it, right?
Absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, Sheriff, stay safe out there, and we wish you and the folks of Williamson County the best of luck. And hopefully y'all don't need those PFDs, but if you need them, you got them there, right?
Yes, sir, and thank you very much, and please be safe.
Absolutely, we sure will. We're going to be here through the duration for the night. And Sheriff Chody, I appreciate you calling. Y'all stay safe, all right?
Absolutely, thank you.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.
You too, bye-bye.
That's Sheriff Robert Chody of Williamson County, Texas, who has been so very helpful in the past during these kind of emergencies, and always very, very, very helpful in these events. Definitely, it sounds like the Williamson County Sheriff's Department is certainly prepared for whatever Hurricane Harvey, this now Category 4 hurricane, throws at Williamson County. They are definitely prepared. Folks, I want to stress this to you again. Turn around, don't drown. It's just not worth it. It's not worth your life. It's not worth your vehicle. Nothing is that important. Turn around, don't drown. This is our live continuing team coverage across the network. I am Matt Briscoe. We'll be back here shortly with some more interviews and insights, and we'll talk shortly. This has been an update on Hurricane Harvey and an interview with Williamson County Sheriff Robert Chody. Be safe, everyone. Have a good night.